A boy, abandoned on a frozen steppe, watches his father's blood seep into the snow. In the next 3 minutes you'll see how that orphan became the terror of continents. And right now, a lone horseman rides toward a burning caravan, his first taste of the ruthless power that would reshape the world. A boy, abandoned on a frozen steppe, watches his father's blood seep into the snow. In the next 3 minutes you'll see how that orphan became the terror of continents. And right now, a lone horseman rides toward a burning caravan, his first taste of the ruthless power that would reshape the world. Before the storm, the Mongol plateau was a patchwork of warring tribes, Karait, Naimans, Merkit, and the fledgling Mongols, each vying for pasture and pride. The Jin dynasty to the south kept a wary eye, trading arrows for tribute. Temujin's father, Yasugei, was a respected warlord who had forged a fragile alliance with Togrul, the Karait Khan. Their bond was sealed by marriage. Yasugei took Hoilan, a Merkit captive, as his wife. In 1171, the Tatars ambushed Yasugei's caravan, poisoning his wine. The death left his family exposed. The Merkits seized the chance to raid, kidnapping the newborn Temujin's wife Borte. Hoilan, pregnant and furious, rallied the remaining clan members. They fled east, surviving on raw meat and bitter milk, while young Temujin learned to hunt with a bow before he could read. At age 9, Temujin killed his half-brother Begtar, a brutal act that shocked his tribe but cemented his claim to leadership, a first taste of the ruthless calculus that would define his rule. Temujin's early alliances were shaky. He partnered with Togrul, his father's old friend, and Jamuka, a blood brother turned rival. Their pact aimed to rescue Borte from Merkit captivity. The rescue succeeded, but the triumph sowed discord. Jamuka coveted power, and in 1187 he ambushed Temujin, forcing the young leader to flee into the Jin-controlled territories of northern China. In the Jin courts, Temujin learned siegecraft, Chinese logistics, and the value of disciplined infantry, knowledge he would later weaponize against his own enemies. Returning in 1196, he reunited with Togrul and crushed the Tatars, erasing a rival tribe and securing the eastern steppe. This victory earned him the nickname the Wolf among his followers. The next year, Temujin turned on his erstwhile ally. A betrayal at the Kentai River forced Togrul to flee, and the Karait were shattered, yet the Naimans rose, threatening the new power vacuum. In 1202, the decisive battle at the Black River saw Temujin annihilate the Naimans, executing their leader and consolidating all eastern Mongol tribes under his banner. The steppe fell silent, and the name Genghis, universal ruler, was whispered for the first time. With the steppe unified, Genghis turned his gaze south. The Jin dynasty, once a patron, now faced a relentless cavalry that could ride 600 miles in 9 days without rest. The first major siege, Jin city of Zhengdu, revealed the Mongols' new secret weapon, engineers captured from conquered peoples, building catapults that could hurl stones over 300 meters. By 1215, the Mongol war machine had swept through northern China, razing cities, and forcing the Jin to pay tribute. Yet the real shock came when Genghis turned west, crossing the Altai into Central Asia. The Khwarezmian Empire, rich and complacent, dismissed Genghis's envoys as thieves. In retaliation, the Mongols razed the oasis city of Otrar, killing thousands and sending a clear message. The siege of Samarkand in 1220 showcased a tactical twist, feigned retreats that lured defenders into ambushes, turning the city's own walls against it. Genghis's army marched over 12,000 miles in 2 years, a logistical marvel. Each warrior carried 5 to 6 horses, swapping mounts daily, a practice that kept them fresh and unstoppable. The Battle of the Kalko River, 1223, marked the first major clash with European forces. The Rus princes, confident in their heavy cavalry, were shattered by the Mongols' coordinated feints and arrow volleys. A surprising twist arrived when the Mongols faced the fortified city of Kaifeng. Instead of a direct assault, they negotiated a surrender, preserving the city's scholars and libraries, a rare act of cultural preservation. Back on the steppe, Genghis instituted a revolutionary code, Yasa, binding his empire with laws that protected merchants, religious freedom, and even the environment, a stark contrast to his brutal battlefield reputation. In 1227, the Great Khan fell ill and died near the Altai. His death sparked a power struggle, but his legacy endured. The empire stretched from the Pacific to Central Europe, a continent-spanning network of roads and communication. The empire's fragmentation after 1260 gave rise to the Yuan dynasty in China, the Ilkhanate in Persia, and the Golden Horde in Russia, each preserving the Mongol military doctrine while adapting to local cultures. Modern scholars credit the Mongols with spreading technologies, paper, gunpowder, and even the concept of meritocracy across Eurasia, reshaping the medieval world in ways still felt today. The final tally: over 40 million lives lost, cities razed, but also a unified trade network that cut travel time between Europe and Asia from months to weeks. So why does this matter now? In an age of rapid globalization, the Mongols remind us that connectivity, whether by horse, ship, or fiber, can both empower and devastate. From a poisoned father to a world-shaking empire, Temujin's journey shows how relentless adaptation can overturn any order. If you love this countdown, smash the like button, subscribe for more epic histories, and tell us in the comments which battle you think reshaped the world the most. Until next time, keep the past alive.